What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Project Ozone 2 Kappa Mode. Oh yeah, guys, so since last episode, some things have changed around here. You might notice that the day in the upper left-hand corner, that's quite advanced from the last time. I've been leaving the server running since we had automatic ores, things like that to be processed. So yeah, we've been collecting those things automatically since the last episode for a little bit of time now. So yeah, I have not upgraded anything here. It's all exactly the same, but what I did do is I added in the storage drawers over here because this chest just was not going to be enough to store everything. So I put in a whole bunch of drawers here, and I have one drawer for every different type of thing that we are collecting, and I have some empty drawers here, obviously. We don't have a drawer controller, so we have item conduit going into each one of the back of these things for right now. Or at least into the ones that I want items going into anyway. But yeah, eventually we'll have drawer controllers and we'll have upgrades for all these things. We'll be able to store massive amounts of things. Now, what's really cool about this, you can see right here, for instance, this copper ore dust, we have 1266 in there. That's a lot. The iron ore over here, we have 6870. We've been getting so much iron, I had to add in one of these upgrades. We need a lot more upgrades. We keep getting so much of this stuff all the time, almost non-stop. I've already gone ahead and I smelted down a lot of the iron that we've collected, a lot of the copper, and a lot of the tin, and a little bit of ferrous, not a whole lot. So you can see we've done that. I've added in some ender fluid conduits, so we can turn this on and off by using the levers here, so I can stock this diamond chest full of whichever material, walk away, come back, and it's already smelted. It's kind of a simple automations. Is not really nice, but it gets the job done, so we have some resources here. So yeah, I dump the items in here, just the conduit pumps the item into the smeltery, and everything smelts down. It's very nice. I like it. I've also added in just a simple automation over here to make some coal coke. Looks like this has stopped. I'm not sure why. Let's find out. I guess we did not have enough room for all the creosote oil. So this drum is full and that drum is full. Okay, so I guess we can stop this thing. We've cooked down this much coal coke so far, and then I was also making a little bit of steel over here as well. Yeah, I keep forgetting that we can get the slag from this thing. I was trying to automate this. My original thought was that I'd put the coke or the coal in here, turn it to the coal coke, pipe that over here, and just make a whole bunch of steel. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like this blast furnace is automatable. I think there is an upgrade for this where you can pump items in and out of it, but this particular one, you cannot. The item conduit, for instance, will not connect to it, which I thought was kind of weird. So yeah, lots of things. As far as resources go, we're kind of okay on those for a while. I do need to get some upgrades here because this chest right here, which was originally where all of the stuff was going, is now an overflow chest. It has a lower priority on the item conduit than all of these drawers do. So when one of them fills up, if we look in here, we can tell exactly what it is because this is the overflow. So we're getting too much Certus quartz dust for the drawer, too much skystone, and too much aluminum or dust as well. Yeah, 1248 is the maximum amount one of these goes. So as you saw here, I did put in one obsidian upgrade. I think I'm going to go ahead and make a few of these obsidian upgrades and just go ahead and upgrade all of these. Certain ones, probably like this drawer here, this one, and the cocoa beans, we can put void upgrades on there. We don't have to worry about keeping lots of this stuff, but it would be nice having some of it, but we really don't need large quantities, so we can just void out the extra. So we'll probably end up doing that. The important things we've collected so far: 15 blocks of diamonds, 344 blocks of electrotine, which is very nice, 105 blocks of lapis, 211 blocks of redstone, and then 242 blocks of coal. So yeah, we are doing very well with this simple setup, just leaving it run on our local server. So that's really cool. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and make some upgrades. I'm going to get some of that stuff upgraded, and then we will move on to something else. Alright guys, well I went ahead and I made a bunch of those upgrades of the obsidian kind, and we got them in the drawers over there. Now the most expensive part of that, believe it or not, besides the iron and the gold, is all of the sticks that it takes to make those. I had a lot of spruce wood in here just a moment ago. Now it's all gone. We're down to a stack of oak wood. That's all the wood we got left. A little bit of rubber, some of the planks. Yeah, wood is now becoming an issue. So I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna head to the Nether here in just a moment, and we're gonna take care of that problem. We also have a quest in the Nether, so let's take a look at this. We did the gotta go deeper quest. We never claimed this. Let's go and do that now. We'll claim the chest. We have a sitting montage 6 that we need to do. So this wants us to get 16 gold ingots. We've already done that. 16 nether quartz, fine. And then crushed netherrack 64. So we can do that by taking a hammer to the nether with us and vein mining. I think we're going to do maybe something a little different though. I think what we're going to end up doing is we're going to look at trying to make an unbreakable tinker's tool. I'm not sure if we can do that just yet in this pack, but I know it's achievable. So pretty much what you got to do to make an unbreakable tinker's tool in this mod pack is to make your tool out of magical wood, the entire thing. Yeah, so you make it all out of magical wood, then you can go and level it up or change the head out for like iron or something you can repair easily, and then swap it out for something really good later on once you get the unbreakable. So that's kind of what I want to look at doing today, or at least for right now, especially since we got a lot of these resources down here. So I did not grab the stuff that I needed. Let's go over here real quick and we will grab, a stack of emeralds. I think that should be enough. Hopefully that's enough. So pretty much what we want to do is we want to make the Flim Flam 4 books for the magical wood. If we can go in here, we search magical wood, you can see that it requires a bookshelf, 4 gold, and then 4 enchanted books. The different books that you use here, the higher the strength, the higher the enchantment, the more magical wood you end up with at the end. So we're gonna want a lot of books. Well, I guess a lot of flim flam in there. So let's do this. We'll take some of these books we've gotten from our, what is it, the loot bags from our mobs. So we'll do this. We only want to get 4 of these. I'll just be careful just to pull out 4. I'll do it. I was going to shift click it, but no, let's just do it like that. So it uses quite a lot of emeralds, but we're going to get a lot of magical wood back for this. Now I said we needed a bookshelf, which I believe I need 6 more planks, right? So it's 3 on the bottom, 3 on the top, and then 3 books in the middle is a bookshelf. And then finally, I think it was 4 gold, wasn't it? Go and grab that. Okay, so we should be able to do magical wood. I guess we won't be able to shift click it in there. Is it on the corners and then these? Like this, maybe? Cool. All right, so that gives us 30 magical wood for this one craft. Very efficient on the gold, a little expensive on the emeralds, but we have a lot of emeralds right now, so it's not that big of a deal. Cool. All right, so we're gonna make our tools out of magical wood. So first thing we gotta do is come over to the part builder and get all the different patterns. So we're gonna make a pickaxe. The very first thing we're gonna do is the pickaxe. Yep, so we will do a binding. We will do the tool rod. I guess I can put the tool rod down here and use that one. And we're going to do a pickaxe head. Cool. All right, so we got all of those together. Let's go ahead and make the tool itself. Shift clicking in there, went to the wrong one. So you can see here, modifiers remaining 9 by doing everything out of magical wood. If I made one of these out of something else, we wouldn't get this bonus. We'd only have modifiers of like 4 or 5. If you make all the parts out of magical wood, you get a huge bonus modifier. Okay, so we will go ahead and do this. So I'll probably swap out the head of this thing now for something that's easily repairable. We have plenty of iron. Iron will work pretty good. Also at this point in time, you want to consider if you want this to be a silk touch pick or if you want it to be a fortune pick, because if you go to the nether and you vein mine, it's going to randomly get things on there and it'll choose one for you. You might not want what it gives you. So that's something else to keep in mind. I think this one, we are going to make this a smashing pickaxe. So we'll probably put a diamond hammer on there. We will probably put, do I have any of these turned on? No. Yeah, we'll probably put the diamond hammer on there to make it smashing, and then we will add probably a piece of lapis to make it fortune. That's how I think I want to make this tool. Okay, so we'll put that away. We will grab the pickaxe head. Whoop. Like so. Do one of those numbers. Cool. So all I got to do is wait for that thing to melt down. We will get the pickaxe head. Let me go ahead and wait for this to happen, and we will move on. Alright guys, well I went ahead and I made a few picks actually, and then I made a couple extra parts here, Yeah, that was almost a mistake, but then I remembered, you know, we can still use these for other things. So since I made a tool rod and I have a binding, if I need another binding, I can use a tool rod to make a binding. Yep. Or you can do the opposite. You can use the binding to make a tool rod. Yeah, you can just still reuse those parts. So it's not that big of a deal that I've turned them all into these other things and didn't leave them into the raw magical wood, but that is fine. So we'll go ahead and put one magical wooden pickaxe here. We are going to add a diamond hammer to it. That is going to give it the hammered trait. So whatever we mine with this, it'll act like we are using a hammer. So cobblestone will turn to gravel, gravel will turn to sand, sand turns to dust, right? So things like that. It's very useful to have an unbreakable tool so you don't have to worry about having hammers all the time. Yeah, so we're just going to go ahead and do this. So this will get smashing on there. So this has only got 8 modifiers remaining, and then we are also going to put 1 piece of lapis on there. So it gets, we force it to have the lapis, or I guess the luck trait. Okay, so we got that. We want to make 1 pick with luck. Yep, so this is going to be our normal fortune pick. That's the idea. And then we're going to have 1 pick that's going to be a silk touch pick. Yep. So we're going to have all 3 of these different ones that we're going to want to level up at some point in the future. Let's go ahead and put those guys back for now. I'm not sure what we're going to do with all this magical wood. I guess I can leave these 2 parts over here. We'll probably end up making something like an unbreakable mattock later on, or an unbreakable sword, or I don't know. We'll figure that all out as we go. But now that we got all of those parts made, we can also swap them out from having the magical wood for the head of the pickaxe to regular iron or something. So that will go from stone to iron mining level, and it'll also give us a bit more durability. You'll notice that does not remove our modifiers. We can also change out the tool rod for, I guess, iron if we wanted to get a little bit more durability. I might do that, and we can also replace the binding as well. So once you make the tool, you keep all those modifiers, so that's really awesome. So we'll go ahead and do that with these guys here. Just swap these all out so they got iron. Iron is very easy for us to get, and we can repair the tools very easily. All right, so we got those 3 things there. Let's go and put the chance cube away. I guess we can pop open this chest as well. Okay, we got a basic bin. I think we've gotten a few of those previously, so that's our 3rd one now. Nice. Okay, so we have these things. Now, the quest that we had was... I don't know why I clicked on that. Where are we? We wanted to do this one. So we want a crushed netherrack, so we can skill up our hammering tool in the nether, yeah, and collect crushed netherrack at the same time. Now, another thing we're going to want to make, since we're going to the nether and we're going to be leveling up tools, is we're going to want something called a dev null. I need 1 apple and I need 1 piece of cobblestone. Yep, apple, cobblestone. So it makes this thing called a dev null. The dev null is you can right click in the air, or shift right click in the air. You place a block in here. If you mine up a whole lot of stuff that's that same type of block, it'll fill up this slot to 1 stack, and everything else beyond there gets deleted. You can use this to right click on the ground or whatever, and it will place a block from that stack. It'll refill up, but again, everything beyond that 1 stack, it just deletes. So things like vein mining a lot of netherrack, yeah, pretty useful. So we can see that if I put this stack of netherrack here, and then I pick up this 30 right there, it just goes away. We don't have netherrack anymore. So going into the nether to leveling up, this is what you want to do. I think we're good. Let's go to the nether. Let's go up into, I guess the nether roof is what we're going to want to do. Yeah, we'll go up into the nether roof and start mining out. We're going to run into monsters eventually because the amount of leveling up that we need to do is going to get crazy. Actually, you know what? I just remembered. I don't have any iron on me. We're going to need that to repair our tools. The amount of monsters we're going to get as we remove the netherrack is going to get a little crazy. We can take care of them easily with our crossbow, so that's not a big deal. But it is just something to be aware of. It might be a good idea later on when we can afford it to make a magnum torch and stick it up there just so we don't have to worry about monsters spawning nearby us. All right, let's go to the nether. Cool. All right, so I think I could probably just dig straight up here, get to the ceiling, and then start digging out. Or we could go outside and do it. I think in here is probably safer, right? Let's just dig up. Oh, I'm on a slab. Can't shift jump while on a slab for whatever reason. The only thing I gotta worry about, yep, that right there. Okay, well, that's not gonna work. Well, we got a hole right here, so that lava shouldn't go anywhere, right? I'll have to find another spot and be careful next time to plug that in. Let me go ahead and just dig up there, and we'll be right back, guys. Alright guys, so here we are at the ceiling of the Nether. I ended up breaking my steel pickaxe to open up just a little bit of space here. So we can go ahead and start doing some things. Yeah, I removed the Nether rack from the dev null because I was placing blocks and things like that. I guess we can re-add it at this point. There's no real reason to not. Just go and drop those down there. We'll collect them. I'll turn on the magnet so we make sure we collect everything. So I guess we can do this one first, because we do need to get ourselves those blocks. I'll just start point up at the top so it doesn't go too far down. Yeah, so that's pretty awesome. Our pickaxe, it did break, and we got a whole lot of levels on there. What did we just get? Let me turn off the magnet for a second. Okay, so we ended up getting another modifier. Haste, modifier, haste, and a modifier. So this pickaxe right now has 10 modifiers remaining. Even though we already put lapis and hammered on there, it got reinforced 1, and it's a lot more fast because of the, I guess, the 4 things of redstone that have been put on there. It's got fortune 2 on there. It's very good. Okay, so we're out of room for all of these things, so we don't really need to touch this one for right now until we get a dev null that can handle all the crushed netherrack. So I'll go ahead and replace that with another one of these picks. Yep. We can use the netherrack that we have collected right now to get over here and try and stop some of this lava. That's one of the problems with this. You do run into a lot of lava, and it can make your life kind of painful if you aren't paying attention. Yeah, you gotta get out of the way of that. Oh! Oh my goodness. Can I place some blocks and not die in the lava, please? Somehow I slid off that block. Oh man, I think I need to go down. I think I'm gonna die right now. I don't have my bloodstone on me. If I had the bloodstone on me, it wouldn't be that big of a deal. The further down I can get before I die, the better, though. Oh, we're fine, we're fine. Whew, that was close. I'm gonna go get that bloodstone, so in case that happens again, it will keep me alive. Alright guys, well I went ahead and I just skilled up our other pick here. I just did, which one is this? This is our fortune pick. So this is now up to 278 lapis on it. What did we get for the things? We just did, it's hard to tell where it is. Looks like we got a diamond on there, some modifiers, more haste, 100 luck. Yeah, lots of stuff. This one now has 11 modifiers remaining. So you can keep doing this over and over and over again. Eventually it will cap out. I think like new plus is the last level it gets. You start getting your dings a lot slower as you do this. Yeah, so this pickaxe is getting pretty good. It's heroic. So the idea is to keep doing this until you completely level it all the way up, and then you can swap out the parts for whatever you want. And with I think 10 obsidian plates or whatever, you can make it unbreakable unless it gets reinforced as part of the leveling process. Then that's even less modifiers you have to add to it, which is awesome. So I'm gonna keep doing this. I'm gonna go ahead and level up the rest of these tools, hopefully max them out, and we'll be right back. Oh my goodness, guys, that didn't take so long at all. We went through about 3/4 of a stack of iron, somewhere around there, repairing all of our tools. So we have 3 good tools now. The steel pickaxe, this is garbage. These are the 3 we care about. So our silk touch one got reinforced 3 on there. It got moss 4, which doesn't matter. Those are throwaway enchantments. We can't do anything about it. We're gonna make it unbreaking. So we have to put 7 modifiers on there to make it unbreaking. We'll have 7 modifiers remaining. It's already got, you know, 200 redstone on there. So this will be a very, very fast pickaxe. We'll probably change out the head with cobalt, I think is what we're gonna do. So we have the Fortune 3 pickaxe here. It got reinforced 5 on there, which is really awesome. Again, 200 redstone, 14 modifiers remaining, so we can put on 5 more, whatever, and make it unbreaking. So that's going to be amazing. This one is our smashing one. It only got reinforced 2. We do get the Fortune 3. I don't know if that really matters or not. Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. It does got a lot of lapis on, or I'm sorry, a lot of redstone on there, which is nice. I got 1 diamond, which doesn't matter since it's going to be unbreaking, and moss, again, doesn't matter, it's going to be unbreaking. So we got 13 modifiers on there, so we're going to have to spend quite a few modifiers, 8 of those, to break that, or to make this unbreaking, but it's going to be worth it. We could try this again and try and get perfect tools. Not really necessary, because we can still add additional modifiers to it. Yeah, you can still do like the notch apple and diamond block and those kinds of things. I think they're going to be just fine, but like I said, if they aren't, we can go ahead and fix that. Cool, so I'm going to go ahead, go back to the overworld. I'm going to start swapping out some of these parts. I think we got some cobalt. We'll make those decent picks. We don't really have to worry about the binding or the tool rod anymore. It doesn't matter, because those only really give you durability, right? And since they're going to be unbreaking, again, it doesn't matter. We'll look at making a MODPACK to do the same thing. Yep, let me go ahead and get some more stuff done, and we'll be right back, guys. All right, guys, and for our final little trip here in the Nether, yeah, we're going to be going to the hole right there. Yeah, so apparently in this MODPACK, there is something, I don't know what mod it is, but there is something that makes a hole from bedrock ceiling to bedrock floor randomly throughout the Nether. So as I was in here previously, I was doing a little bit of exploring and I found such a place. Now what makes that really nice is the fact that the ceiling will generally have bedrock removed. So that means we can get up onto the bedrock ceiling, which means, well, we can do some good stuff here. Okay, so let's get over here, take a look at this. So yes, you'll randomly find these holes all the way down. Looks like there is another fortress that kind of runs through it a little bit. But yeah, we can see all the way up here that it goes all the way to the ceiling. I think people said in the live streams when I played this pack before, this is supposed to be some kind of a meteor that does this. I don't know. I don't think that's like applied energistics. I think this is some other mod that adds this. Again, I don't know what mod it is. But yeah, we can get all the way up here onto the Nether roof. Now, it's flat bedrock, which is awesome. You can see there are chance cubes. There's mushrooms if you need those. Other than that, there's not a whole lot of stuff up here. But what's great about this is you can use it for, you know, growing trees if you want, which we're going to do here. So I brought some dirt and I brought some saplings. Yeah, like I said earlier, we're kind of been running a little bit low on wood. Just making those storage drawers, for instance, pretty much went through all of our, or I guess the upgrades for them, the sticks, went through pretty much all of our wood. So we're going to kill 2 birds with 1 stone. We're going to level up this iron mattock, which is, well, it's made out of the magical wood with the iron parts on there. We're going to level this up, and we're going to collect a lot of wood. Now, I want to check this out. So we have 2 different saplings here. Mega rubber sapling that makes a pretty big tree. And then we have the sacred rubber sapling, which makes a really big tree. But this isn't like the crazy, crazy big one. It's still pretty big, though. I want to see what the difference in size was between these two. So let's plant a mega one. And I guess just growing that kills the server. That shouldn't be that big of one. I don't know why that killed the server. Let me, well, let's just try and log back in, I suppose, and see what happens. Hopefully I'm not inside, I'm not suffocating. Okay, yeah, that does grow that's a pretty decent sized tree. That's pretty big, I'm not gonna lie. That's bigger than I thought it was gonna be. So that did kill the server. This tree though, this is slightly bigger than that one. Just slightly. Now the thing is, when you grow these trees, you can kind of see up there, let's kind of hop up here a little bit. You can kind of see the leaves are changing colors. Yeah, immediately those leaves go from nice and green to dried. And there's a lot of leaves here that are converting to that brown color. Yeah, and that's going to start causing a lot of block updates. So for a little bit of time, those leaves up there, yeah, they're going to start really hurting your FPS a little bit. Once they all turn, it's not that big of a deal. But let's go ahead and start doing what I wanted to do here. We will take down this tree. That'll take down a lot of the saplings. It's not bad. I'll go and collect a lot of these too. Now I did make myself 3 reinforced, was it reinforced? Yeah, 3 reinforced caches. These are what we're gonna use to start storing some of this stuff in. Guess I'll back up a little bit. I'm probably gonna need to for later. All right, so we'll put the wood in there. We'll put rubber in here, wood, and then saplings we'll put into its own other one over here. That should be fine. Then we got the sacred rubber sapling, which we aren't gonna plant just yet. But yeah, you can see we took care of a decent amount of that just from that one vein mine. And I think that leveled up our iron mattock pretty nicely. I didn't get a chance to see what all skills it got. Man, there's so many saplings here. This is so good. You can turn those into dirt if you wanted to. Yeah, let's do that. You know what? I'm going to turn off auto refill here so it stops putting that secret rubber sapling in that place. Okay, so this is broken. It's got reinforced one, it's got diamond on there, and it's got redstone, so it's all right. I think one iron repairs it. Nope, 2, 3. Okay. Cool. So now we can just jump up here and do that again. Hopefully one more smack on this thing and that'll get rid of the rest of the tree here. I do want to grow the sacred one because that's going to be a really nice source of wood for this playthrough. Yeah, I don't know if the vein miner is actually going to be able to connect to all of these things. We'll find out here in just a second. Okay, vein mine, do it. A little laggy. There's a lot of stuff going down. Yeah, it looks like you got rid of a good portion of it. There are still some things around here, little branches and stuff I'll have to get by hand. But for the most part, that took care of a good portion of the tree. Let me go and clean up this mess and we'll be right back. Alright guys, well I got that tree all chopped down, no more leaves or anything up there. That ended up being 55 stacks of rubber wood, 55 stacks of raw rubber, and 7, almost 8 stacks of rubber sapling. So that's not so bad off one of those mega rubbers. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and do the sacred rubber. This is a stupid idea. It's gonna be really laggy. We're probably never gonna be over in this area other than to chop down wood, collect it, and then get out of here again. But once that tree grows, it does a pretty big base, and since the mega rubber tree crashed the server, this one probably will too. It's probably gonna go all the way up to build limit, which is 256, and it'll be chopped off up at the top. But I'm gonna go ahead and do the thing, and hopefully we don't die here. I don't want to get too close to it. I'm scared. Oh, I should probably have this thing selected so when I log in, I don't suffocate to death. I do have the bloodstone on me, so if I do start taking suffocation damage, this will heal me. Alright. There it is. There it is. Oh, let's get back on the server. Vein miner ready. Axe ready. Okay, so it did not get us. But yes, this is significantly bigger than the mega one. There's a lot more leaves up there, a lot more wood, and it's gonna be a lot more laggy. You can see right now the FPS is already down to like 30. When I did this before, when I was live streaming, like one of the chunks didn't fully load in, but I think we got everything here. Yeah, so anyway, this is gonna be really laggy until all those leaves turn brown, which is gonna take a while. We're not gonna wait around for that. We're just gonna collect enough wood to fill up these caches. We're gonna get out of here, and we probably won't be back for a while. So I'm gonna level up my axe like I wanted to do. Oh my goodness, that's so good. Are we still, is it done? I think it might be done. So yeah, we got a lot of different things on this thing right now. Reinforced 2, a diamond, a couple of redstone, moss. It's skill level Grand Master. Yeah, that's pretty awesome. Oh my goodness, I can feel the lag. There's so many items on the ground here too that I need to collect and then put away. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and continue doing this, collecting wood and things like that. That's gonna solve a lot of our problems that we have for right now. In fact, I should probably turn on my magnet. That'll make it easier for me to put all this stuff away. There we go. Is that everything? I think that might be everything. Cool. So with just that, where am I? I got turned around. With just that, how much wood do we have in here now? 120 stacks. Still got quite a lot up there. Anyway, guys, I think we're going to go ahead and wrap the episode up here for today. I had a lot of fun making some unbreakable tools. I hope you guys had fun hanging out and checking that out as well. But that's it for today. Thank you guys for watching. Remember to leave a like on the episode if you liked it, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye-bye.